Since my childhood, I received from school, from some place, to learn everything which is outside. But no one teach me how I have to understand myself, to know things about myself. It was just, oh, this is my head, my shoulders, my knees and toes, they all belong to me. You see? Come on, man. But how your heart work?
Yeah.
You say, no, no, wait. You will go to do medicine.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to do medicine,
Yeah.
you will learn it. And when you have a pain, you are waiting for the doctor.
Hmm.
Doctor, tell me what's happened.
Diagnose me.
Diagnose me.
What food should I eat?
What?
You
What?
have your
What?
you have your dietitian who tells you
Yes.
in 6 months this is your diet, this is
Yeah.
your food
Take it.
timetable.
Do it.
Eat pap in the morning, eat
Yeah.
kashamana in the afternoon,
Yeah.
eat burrito in the evening, and then you get
you
kebab.
follow.
You get kebab at night.
Yeah.
Around 2 a.m. you take tea. You take coffee by 6 o'clock in the morning.
And when you feel so tired, oh, you go to see the professor of gym. Oh, okay, that's
You
okay.
get a massage.
You have to a massage. When there is something wrong with your eye,
You go see
oh,
an
you see,
optometrician.
yeah. So every person, you will go to, but you can't if you can't if you don't know what happened with your own so-called body because you say it is your right. You have the right to do this, to do that. Okay, okay. But if it is your body, if you need liberty,
Mm-hmm.
you are
Egalite.
égalité.
Let's all be French.
Tu es libre, n'est-ce pas? Tu dois être libre, la liberté. Okay, but are you really free when you depend on all that person? Because if the doctor is not present,
You're gone.
if this person is not present,
You don't know
if the
anything about
farmer
yourself.
is not present, you don't know how, because you have to go to the supermarket to get.
You know, many persons don't even know that we get food from the farm. You know, they think we get it from the shopping stores.
then,
You know,
yeah,
you want to get tomato, you get it
You
from
go,
and now we now see the ones that go this thing, Spanish pepper, African pepper, pepper from Italy, and then you think it's like that's like the farm. You don't know that it's planted on the ground,
yeah.
and then it has to grow in 6 months or in 3 months.
Do you know that there are some women that never see the head of chicken?
So they think, how a chicken made? They want the same picture. Or they don't even, okay, there's all the same picture.
In picture, maybe one time in their life, maybe there was going through a place
A
and they
village.
see a village and they see
Because
something.
even in town here, I don't think I've seen a chicken in
Have
this.
you?
I've not seen a chicken in this town, but I've seen chicken in the villages when I travel to the village, the countryside, yeah. And Sika, you're from
Côte d'Ivoire.
How is life in Cote d'Ivoire?
Nice. Like in Nigeria, like in Poland, like everywhere.
Like in Germany, like in
Like
Belgium.
in Germany, yeah.
You belong to the world, so you say.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that I'm a human being.
Mm-hmm.
So I belong to the world.
And you don't like tags like globalist and stuff like that, nah.
It is not that I don't like. It is some qualification. I don't think that it match with the reality because it is just some concept. So maybe in 2 years, then we change to take another one.
Yeah.
So today you said you are globalist.
Tomorrow
you say you are
cosmopolitan.
you are worldist. After that, they will find a lot. So you people intellectual, you know, you create a lot of concept.
Well, you say we should intellectuals who
What?
You say intellectuals like who?
Like you people.
Who am I an intellectual?
Those who read 20 books per day. Everything you have to make in a qualification.
Yeah.
This one is democracy. This is the authoritarian regime.
Yeah.
This one is a Democrat.
Yeah.
This one is
Socialist.
socialist, and so on. Okay, but what does it mean? What is the purpose behind? We would like to talk about something. So I think that the most important is the fact, not the body in which we put it.
Yeah.
Because when we remove this body, we will find what it is in reality.
Sure.
But unfortunately, we are too focused on the body,
Yeah.
and we forgot what is behind. I remember one discussion I got with a priest. I was talking with some person about some topics about religion. We talk a lot, and when I go back to see him, I was I thought to him that this is what I was talking with this person. I talk. He didn't say any word. When I finish, he asked me, "Are you finished?" I say, "Yes." Okay. Do you think that you lost a lot of energy? I say, "Yes." He say, "Okay. Next time, when you would like to talk about religion or another things, go to the foundation." Go to the foundation. What does it mean? Since 2013, I think that it was 2013 or 2014. Every day, every month, every year, I realize what does it mean.
What does it mean to go back to the foundation?
It can mean because I'm still
Yeah.
looking for the.
You're a very humble man. I just have to tell you that before we proceed. You're a very humble person, and
Oh,
in a very, very good way. Like you said, you are still in the process.
right.
Some persons your age will already go ahead and say, okay, everything is already fixed and all that, but you say, I'm still in the process. 2013 to now, it's more than 10 years. So, what have you learned so far about going back to the foundation?
Go back to the foundation. Since that time, what I learned from that time is to ask to myself, why, what, how, why? Why are we using our left or our right hand to eat? Why some person use the left hand to eat? How can you use this and that? So if we ask the question, we realize that there is not just one answer, one way of doing.
Yeah.
And we realize that maybe they did it since 10 years after the change and so on. But at the end, what is the right way of doing? Because if I would like just to learn the concept, it is this one. I will believe that the only way of doing is to do like this. And I will be against those who don't do like me. Because I'm convinced that I'm right and they are wrong. But if I would like to go to the foundation, I have to ask myself why I'm doing like this. Okay, because my parents, my community, my government, my religion teach me to do like this. But why people are doing differently? Talk to them, try to understand.
So, going to the foundation of your own situation now,
Yeah.
why did you study the courses and the programs you did? And why are you in this journey still of, say, self-discovery of or accumulation of knowledge from your country, from Cote d'Ivoire up until your current situation now? Why did you go to the foundation? If you were to go back to the foundation of where you moved up until now, why did you make those choices at every stage of the way?
To have a clear to have a clear vision, to understand it clearly, not with any bias.
Have you done that up until now? You're still in the process.
I'm still in the process.
Is it making? Are you making any progress?
What?
Are you making any progress?
Yeah, yeah. And I realized that this quote that say the only thing that I know is I know nothing. It's
But
true.
but to know that you know nothing is knowledge enough.
It is. Is it enough? I don't know, but it is. But fortunately, I know that there are a lot of things that I don't know. Fortunately,
Mhm.
and I remember that uh, in 2020, I'm not good in the date,
Mhm.
but I know that maybe 5 or 6 years ago or 7, I was talking with my one of my cousin, and he was in college. I was teaching him some stuff and so on. I get used to tell him that if you know that you don't know, it is good. But if you don't know
That you don't know.
that you don't know,
It's a big trouble. He who does not know and does not know he does not know is a fool.
ah, because I took his copybook, I asked him some question. He's not able to answer. It is not a problem. But if you know that you don't know, you can now start learning. But you don't know that you don't know.
That means you think you're fine.
You think that you are fine. What you are doing, and you think that it is right. But guys, and he was thinking that I was a bad guy. I don't want him to play. So when you see me in this direction, he take another direction. Even his mother and his father wasn't talking, but his mother, she didn't talk to me directly. By I see by behavior that, oh, my first child, and this guy is talking to him like this because I don't know what he's going to was going to say to a mother.
Yeah.
But uh, you slap me, you put me in some places. But I say I do it, let you know, realize that you are doing something wrong. That's why I do this sanction to you. But it is not like I would like to punish you, but just to let you realize. That's why I can take my finger to put like you.
Do you think this cousin of yours realized this stuff or will realize it much more later in life, whereby after he must have made one or two mistakes in the long run, might now think, oh, if I knew, I would have listened to my cousin?
Yeah, this is how this story it is nice. So finally,
Mhm.
they decide to remove the child from our home. The way that the place that they live was far from his school. That's why they bring him in our home, family home, because he was near to his school. Since 1 year, 2 years, I'm the guy who is beating this guy. Okay, so they took him. Say, okay, no problem. But I took time to talk to him, to explain to him, because you have to explain to the person, not just to say, do like this, do like that. It doesn't work. But you have to explain. After that, he go back his home, 2 years, 3 years. We wasn't talking because we was in the same place and I was doing my stuff, my study, my business, and so on. And one day I received a call because he called me, I'm his cousin, but he called me uncle because of the difference of age. Yeah. And he said, thank you. I say, why? I'm the second of my, when we make the rank, I'm the second one. I said, oh, congratulations. He said, he said to me, you was right. Today, I'm doing my exercise alone. I teach my classmates. I explain them some stuff. Today is doing maybe his second year of university or third year of university, something like this. But he's independent. This is what I was trying to teach to him. So sometimes you can say, no, going to do alone. It is wrong. I will show you how to do, but you have to start first. I won't be every time with you. So it is a process. Everyone have to learn by himself. But the wisdom is not to make a mistake first and after realize. But those who are wisdom, they look at the different mistake.
And they don't want the younger generations to make those mistakes.
Exactly.
But the younger generation thinks that you are controlling their life.
There is nothing new in this world.
So
Unfortunately, we think that we will recreate the cycle. So let us see. Yeah.
that's very very profound. You know, I have cousins who don't talk to me, or I have younger ones in different family stratas who feel like he's too intense, he's too academic. You know, when I'm going home, I already have books. I already buy books, like lots of books. Like I already when I write the first page, I've already inscribed some very very beautiful writing, and
Exactly.
like dear so dear Nkere or dear Okaja or dear Paulina, like this and this and this and this and these are the things.
This word of iPhone.
And then I'm like, I give them a hard copy,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Where's the money? Where, where's the flour? Where's the bread? Where is the?" I stopped buying bread for the family when I go back as early as only God knows. Because I'm like, what's the point of having bread? What use is bread? Bread is good for food, but your father can buy bread for you. But your father might not know what I know. And another thing we think also, we think the elders are very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in that. I don't think our elders are all encompassing in knowledge, you know. Bad people also grow old.
Exactly.
Foolish people also grow old.
Exactly.
And we don't see it in that way. We see it in the ways that says when you are now very, very knowledgeable and stuff like that. But it's not like a
No,
not
it
like
is
that.
a principle. It is the principle. So that when you grow up, you get knowledge.
Mhm.
So by year, you get more knowledge. But I remember one of my friends, she was saying that if we didn't make any effort to grow up physically, it is not the same thing like knowledge.
Because you didn't you just slept, you ate food, and you like
So we think that is the same thing for knowledge
so do you think
or experience.
we are making a mistake, fundamental mistake, by giving elders the due of age and wisdom? Is wisdom and knowledge. I think they might be wise, but knowledge might be a different thing. I know we are Africans and we don't want to offend certain elders, right? I think elders should be corrected. I don't know about you. How is it in Cote d'Ivoire?
Depend of the
The level of elder. Your father.
No.
Can you correct your father?
it depend on what do you mean by correct?
If the person is saying something that is not true.
And you will say you are wrong.
How do you guys do it in Cote d'Ivoire?
Cote d'Ivoire is big. We
No,
have
no,
more than 60.
Your part.
My part,
Yeah.
I'm from the south of Cote d'Ivoire.
Sure.
My parents are from the south.
Yeah.
That both belong to the Akan group.
I did lots of studies on Akan in Ghana.
In Ghana.
Right,
Okay. So you understand
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
You know that in our culture,
Yeah.
oh,
Yes.
how?
Oh my. Oh,
Oh boy,
oh, mon Dieu.
Mon Dieu. Priez pour nous. Comment tu peux le faire? It is impossible. No.
Impossible.
No. Even if you dream, you can't dream like this. Your father is talking and you say, oh, what? It is true. No, it is not true. If we slap you, you won't eat. But it is good.
Yeah.
It is good because I don't want to offend any culture,
Yeah.
but even not any culture, let's just say in our culture,
Yeah.
I can make the difference between those who earn after me, I see the importance of the culture because education, like one of my late professor was saying, we say that education came from a word, educare. It means to learn how to work outside. You can do something in the family, it can be nice, but outside people won't like it. You have to learn how to behave. So it is not like to say it is forced directly, but if you have a good behavior according to the culture, you don't have to say it publicly. Let him talk. After, you can go to talk to your father, to your brother, to your sister, your mother. Oh, yesterday you say something, but I saw that it is not correct. Maybe you can check. Yeah, we call it wisdom. Because it is your mother, it is your brother. They can maybe slap you or make it, they can be angry against you. Okay, but if you do it with another person who have more power, who have a gun, who have a knife, do you think that this person will see you what you and will know nothing? So just to behave. It is not like say, but behave. Just it.
So how do we take corrections then as people in terms of politics, in terms of the ways we get to do things? I know it's not an easy conversation, and there's this temptation to always want to go and say the West does this, but even the way in the West, there's still respect. Even in the West, there are still things you cannot just say to a politician. There are still things you cannot say to a government. There are still things you cannot tell
the
to
king.
your parents.
To the king.
Yeah, they even
Yeah.
still have monarchies down here, right?
Yes.
There are still things you cannot tell to your teachers directly. You can say it slightly and disagree and stuff like that. But I think ours is like so loud that it's almost like blind obedience and stuff like that. So how do we move? How should we take correction? Should we even attempt to even give correction? Because if you look at the ways in which our politicians tend to, we shouldn't do politics anyways, but you see the way our politicians tend to govern us or rule us rather. It's like they don't have any time or attention for feedbacks. What should we do?
We don't have to do anything.
We have to just allow things the way things are.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to make progress?
Depend on what the definition of progress.
So
This is also talking about the foundation. Go
Yeah.
to the foundation. Because what does it mean
Okay,
progress?
for instance, in
Yeah.
Nigeria now, the politicians are like gods. You don't tell them anything. They have power beyond what you can think about. Power that is fragile, but power nonetheless. They have the police, they have the military. They don't take care of the basic needs of the people. They give them rice, they give them bread. For someone like me who wants to become a political theorist, who wants to become a philosopher, or who is trying to become a philosopher or a political theorist, these people are like, most of them are like older than my father. Some of them should join if you join me, 4. I've not reached their age yet. No, 4, no, come on.
Hey.
I'm an old man. No, if you join 2.5 of them, I might be their age in that particular sense. If you are to advise me as your friend, as your colleague, or as somebody you just saw on the street, or you watched one of his episodes on the internet, how do you think I should approach these conversations? Writing, fine. Speaking, fine. But I think there are things that needs to be changed. Or there are things that can be done better. So as an African, should I just keep quiet and watch things continue that way because I need to respect them, or do I tell them fuck you and kiss my
Okay.
ass?
So like you say, I will just take the channel that you gave, the different border. You say
Yeah.
like an African.
Yeah.
So if you say like an African,
Yeah.
it means that you have to behave like an African.
How does an African behave?
An African behave according to the different culture is to have respect to elders.
What about if it's a bad thing?
It depends on what you call it bad thing.
Like the example I've given to you.
Give.
Yeah.
So
The political situation in my country is bad.
yeah, according to your opinion.
According to my opinion and according to the realities of the suffering people are going through, what should happen?
But that's why I say go to the foundation.
What is the foundation?
The foundation why people are suffering.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
if I get to okay,
why people are suffering.
why people are
Yeah.
suffering,
Let's take just one example. Yeah.
education.
Education, yeah.
Education.
Yeah.
The vast majority of Nigerians are uneducated.
They're uneducated.
Uneducated.
Really?
Uneducated.
Okay.
And when I the why you are kind of like surprised and almost shocked with that particular the reaction I got from you, I want to believe is off the background of the fact that the Nigerians you've met are very educated. I want to believe, or at least you met them in the university or going to school abroad.
Okay.
But the percentage of Nigerians would that have the chance to travel abroad are so few compared to those that will never get a passport.
Okay.
Nigeria is at the moment, depending on which statistics you're looking at, let's say anything from 240 to 250 million people as a country.
Mhm.
The percentage that travel is so little. Despite the fact that if you go to any part of the world now, you see Nigerians. In Ukraine, there are Nigerians there now. In Russia, there are Nigerians. I mean, both as soldiers and both as people working. If you go to Afghanistan now, there are Nigerians are there. Iran, I can tell you that if they're still granting visas for Nigerians from Nigeria to go to Iran, like they're fighting now, Nigerians are there, and Nigerians want to go there. So you see this sense of where we're talking about education is going to the foundation now. The average Nigerian politician might be schooled, might have a degree, might not even have a degree, but he's not schooled in what his people or her people need. What do I mean by that? He has not studied the problem. Back to the foundation you talked about.
Mhm.
He has not said, look, researchers, PhD students, academics, go into the field. Like Amika Cabral did. You know, he was an agronomist, studied in Lisbon, went back to his country, and in the process of him being in the service of the colonial master, went village by village, trying to understand the crop they had, the one they don't have, the disease that is familiar, and it was from there he became acquainted with the people and their suffering. And from there, the revolution started that saw to him dying before independence of his country and his brother becoming the first leader of his country. So we have not been able to, the leaders of my country have not been able to send experts into the field. Let them give us the data of what we need to do. How many roads are bad? How many roads needs to be looked at? How many people are out of school? And genuinely work on those data and genuinely work on those things and genuinely work into the situation that need to see to it that it becomes better. That is why I said talk about the education. So what? They see money, they see power, they see the need to drive cars, the best of cars, the worst of cars. They see the need to do everything they think they want to do than the thing they were supposed to do. Because what do you say? How do you define education again? Going out there, right? They have not been able to go out there to see the real things that needs to be seen and engage the people. So that is one root cause of why the people are suffering. And I can sum it down in one word. The average, not even the average, the typical Nigerian politician lacks the leadership skill as it concerns what needs to be done for his own people or her own people and for the job he so much wants to do. He wants power, but he doesn't know why he wants power. He wants an office, but he doesn't know why he wants an office. He thinks he needs an office to be able to access women. But you can get women without being in power. He thinks she wants to be in office because she can have power. She can control people, but you can control people without being in government. For instance, my current president, he says it was his turn to be president. That is all. No manifesto, nothing. That it was his turn. And nobody should disturb him. It was his turn to be president. Full stop. Okay. So when you look at that kind of situation, and you look at such a leader, not a leader because they lack leadership skills, so they shouldn't be leaders. When you look at such a ruler, that brings about some form of suffering for the people. But also, the education of the people now is also something they have not looked into. In Nigeria, if the people were rightly educated, we would not have the level of crime we have. For instance, I don't want to say an educated person will not rape a girl, but the propensity of, or the number, or the average rape case that would come from an educated society would not be as high as the one that will come from an uneducated society. A society that thinks women is a trophy for a man. If a society is properly educated, they would come to see the rights of women. That is one angle to look at. Terrorism is something that is sweeping across the length and breadth of the continent, not just Nigeria now. And I can tell you for free, religious extremism is one thing, but lack of right education is another thing. And it's coming from a particular group. For instance, in my country, it's coming from the north. Not to say that the East didn't have their problems in Nigeria, or not to say that the West never had their problems. All these places have, but the great chunk of the problem we've had with insecurity in a place like Nigeria has come from the intentional miseducation and not even educating the North. So there's this armagery system where kids are supposed to be beggars. Like you give birth to them, there's no planning. You say children are gifts from God. Fine. And then it continues like that. These people are not educated, they're not given any logical tools, they're not given anything to fall back to. And what happens? An ideology such as the one that gives them arms. You know what putting a gun in the hands of a 14-year-old boy does to him? It gives him power he thinks he cannot have. I have looked at the situation in Kenya, from the Mama Revolution upwards, and all of those situations. The foot soldiers. I have looked at situation in Uganda. I have looked at different places whereby foot soldiers, how do you call it, child soldiers have been given weapons, and how it changes their minds and makes them an adult all of a sudden. Education of the population. If the vast majority of, and the North in Nigeria, you cannot win an election without the North. Because one local government in the North has about 42, one state in the North has about 42 local governments. I think that's Kano. It has the highest number of local governments or county. I don't know how you guys put it in Cote d'Ivoire. But the vast majority of that section don't have the basic tools of a proper education that would guide a democracy. So be you whoever you are, you cannot become president in Nigeria democratically if you don't play the northern card. And they are not as educated as it's supposed to be. And I know there's this stereotype of Nigerians now saying the North are not educated. I'm not saying the generality of the North is not educated. They are very, very, if you meet the ones who are educated, they are very, very sound. And these are people who are meant to study Arabic, to read the Quran. That is the only thing they are supposed to focus on in terms of any education brought from the colonial masters. Is somebody who can sit down and now understands Arabic. Tell me why the person should not be knowledgeable. That's why I say if you meet the average northerner who is educated, you would see them, they speak the best of English. I have experience. second to the Ghanaians. They speak very, very well. But then their political class have wielded that tool against them. We now had the Boko Haram against Western education. What has Western education got to do with a child's religion? If a child can read the Quran, why can't this child be able to say, read other things? So when you've taken that power from them, then you know you've taken the power from them to think. And when they cannot think for themselves, they can now be given a bag of rice. I know when they cannot think for themselves, they're not educated enough, they cannot get certain jobs. Their chances of traveling abroad will not be there. Their chances of even working within the country will be at a particular level. Meanwhile, their own children, no matter how wicked or no matter how dumb these our politicians are, they still know that their children need to go to school abroad. Why? Because they think it's better there.
So they think.
They think. And these universities they go to abroad, they're not big universities. They're tiny, tiny buildings, 5-story buildings, 7-story buildings, 10-story buildings, with a class population of about 15, 20 students per class. Meanwhile, a university can admit up to 200 students per faculty, even for medicine, even for law. Just imagine if we harness the educational potentials of each and every group of people, because there are those who want to become artists, there are those who want to become writers, there are those who don't want to become journalists. And even if we want to do it by exporting them, train them, export them, let them go, you would have still done the country a favor, because there's what they call diaspora remittance, right? Mm-hmm. You are here now. You are both an academic person and you also a business person, which means you are linking Sudan, you are linking Ivory Coast, you are linking Senegal, you're looking different countries, you're like looking into business opportunities, exporting things and importing them here, and importing things from here, America and a couple of places, back to other places. So at least we'll be getting that remittance from the fact that we train our people and we send them abroad. Have you heard about the typical Nigerian doctor who is in a facility abroad? They do very well. Nigerians are the most educated in the United States in terms of degree amount of degrees they get to get, even in the UK. So there's nothing inherently bad with the Nigerian that should make him suffer. It is just that the very foundation, like you said, has been taken away from him, education. So he now doesn't know how to move on with his life. And remember, it is not the white that is governing us. It's our brothers and sisters. Though they might be puppets to the Westerners, it's not my problem now. I am saying the point I'm trying to drive at is the fact that these people that are not so educated are the ones that will end up as politicians. Remember, the North would always have to get their representatives, and they're not going to pick someone from the South. They will pick someone from their own group, no matter how good or no matter how bad. So, like I said, a prophet is not taken from outside. A prophet is taken from amongst his own people.
Exactly.
So these leaders, we think, we see them on nice clothes. They go and take pictures with these their guys abroad. That's the mentality that would have them tell you, since they don't know, they need a white man to do their contracts and to do their roads. You can be an apprentice as an engineer abroad, but the moment you go to an African office as a white dude or a Westerner and want a contract, you will first get attention than a professor. Black skin, white marks. Have you heard it Fanon said, white skin, black marks, have you black skin, white marks. So you see that's just one foundation. The vast majority of the people now, when there's poverty, Sika, when there's poverty in the land, insecurity is bound to be there. Remember, it starts from what? Not properly being educated. And then it moves toward insecurity because there's scarcity, and there's scarcity as far as what? Basic things as food. Do you believe that we import meat into our different countries? Do you believe that China is busy hauling our rivers and our oceans, and fishing there and taking them to China and packaging and sending it back to us. And we are sitting down there. What would have become the safari if not for the white man? Would we have killed all of them into bushmeat because we want to eat? I am just speculating. I don't know.
You see, everything that you said is right. According to the lens you use, it is right. That's why I say that I'm still in the progress.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, for sure, I said that education, we said that education means to learn how to work outside. But if we would like to go to the foundation, we can see that we have to make a distinction between, in French, we say enseignement, education. Enseignement, so it is not the same thing. But generally, we misuse or we take education to put it in at the place of teaching.
Sure.
It is not the same thing.
Of course.
So if we misuse the if we make we don't use this right word, all the difference which we come after it is wrong. It is like in mathematics. If you make one mistake, instead of minus you put plus, your result will be false. So the question, if you would like to go to the foundation, we have to ask to ourselves, is it the role of our government to educate people? This is the first question.
Yeah.
Is it the role of our politician to educate the population? Is it the role of our government to give food, to do this, to do that? If we didn't answer to that question, if you say yes, for sure, it is your narrative. So you will say, okay, the government didn't do this, it didn't that. Okay, you will make a list, maybe 20 years. But if another person say, no, it is not the role of the government, his attitude will be different.
Sure.
So if we say, oh, the population is not educated, I ask him, this is a so-called Western speech. Do you find someone in Nigeria who don't know how to speak? Have you ever met someone in Nigeria who don't know how to speak?
Speak what?
Exactly, speak what? Because when you say that people are not educated, and I say, oh, really? You say, oh, the way that I react was, oh, maybe the Nigerian that I met are people that was in high level, they was in a university and so on.
Yeah.
Are you consider someone who know how to speak English, who go to class, primary, college, university, high school, then university? This is what you people. I like the stuff you were saying. You people
intellectuals.
Yeah.
You like saying that.
You intellectual, according to the book.
Uh-huh.
You say that these people are not educated.
No,
that's why.
That's not what I mean.
No, but you don't mean, but it is what it is.
But it is not.
No. Let us go slowly. Because I listened. You was talking.
Yeah.
When they came and they teach us in French, in Spanish, in English, and those who are educated are those who go to school. They have knowledge, and that the one who can teach the other one. But what about the knowledge of your people? Have you ever write a book or an article in your mother tongue? So how would you do that to help people without talking the language? Have you been with them to understand, be in the ground, like you say, to understand what they need? If they need bread, give them bread.
Sure.
But you come and you give them books, write it in English, and they have to read. But they feel hungry, they feel thirsty. Give them first.
No, sure.
When they will have basic things, food, drink, home. Now they can start make philosophy, mathematics, and so on.
Sure.
These people know how to do business. They have a lot of knowledge.
Of course.
I met some professor in agriculture, which don't they have theoretical knowledge. They never put a seed
On the ground.
on the ground. But there are some these people who go abroad, who make some conference and talk about agriculture, farming, and they receive
Grant.
grant. And they are going to see those who are
Doing the stuff.
doing. But unfortunately, these people, the fact that they are not educating according to the majority, the conventional speech, they are not invited to conference because what? Why? Because they don't speak French, they don't speak English, they don't speak Spanish, they are not educated. What is the purpose? That's why I say you take some concepts. These concepts are bad, but we don't see inside the foundation. What we are looking for, it is the knowledge. So if I'm talking Yoruba, because I'm talking in Yoruba, I'm talking in Akan, in Twi, in Abe, in Abiji. Because I don't know how to write in French, you say that I'm not educated?
No, you're educated.
But it is what you said.
No, that's all.
It is what the society said. It is what the system said. So as soon as we won't create or taking back to our history, our foundation,
Yeah.
we will still suffer. Why people cooking sushi?
With maggots.
Why people are doing some kebab? Because Japanese show the culture. They are proud of the food. They are proud of the language.
Yeah.
And I was thinking a few minutes ago, 1 hour ago, something like this. I was talking about my friend when she makes a trip in China, in Singapore, Thailand, and so on.
Yeah.
But when she was there, now they ask her to translate everything in Chinese because she is in China. Okay? Chinese are not educated.
They're educated.
So I think that we have to teach people in our tongue.
Yeah.
We have to build some school. We have to write some books.
Yeah.
To make some movie.
Yeah.
To invite people to learn our language.
Yeah.
Our history. But if we don't know our language, if we don't know our history, we will still thinking that maybe building
skyscraper,
it is the good thing. Maybe do this, do that. Oh, but build. We talk about build. This product is built. Oh, this. But I think that in your country, in your village, people don't know how to use this chemical product. They know that they have to do like this, like that. But this is built. They don't use any chemical product and so on. But some people realize after making a lot of mistake, after seeing that this tomato don't have the same vitamin like 2 years, 10 years, 20 years ago. Oh, now they come to the foundation. This is again foundation. You would have to grow up a crop in 2 days. Oh my God. Something that is supposed to grow up after 30 days. But you say that you are too
academically educated.
You are educated. So you make some research and you find that there is a product, there is a method who can allow you to grow up in 10 days, in 2 days. Okay, nice. Do it. After when you realize that there is a problem, you say, okay, I have to create a new medicine who will give me vitamin D. But take the sun. So now we make some event to try to say to people, okay, we realize that this product is harmful. It is not good for health. It is not good for bird. It's not good for this, for that. But you forget that the history tells us that it is these people who say that Those who are not educated, they are not developed. The way that they are doing it is not the same the good way of doing it. They have to do like this, they have to do like that. But how many years after? Now they are going to the foundation.
Mhm.
There's nothing new. I think that we can speak in 2 hours, still 2 hours,
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah.
But if we don't go to the foundation,
Yeah.
you will take your lens, you will see the word like according to your lens. I will take mine,
Yeah.
I will see like this.
Yeah.
Another one we take, it will talk.
Yeah.
You see, but we see in our culture there is the one called to say when you put your finger against someone,
Yeah.
say, oh, it is this guy, this politician. This.
Other fingers are pointing
But
to you.
the other one that's pointing go to you. So what you said it is the politician are doing this, that. Okay, but what are you doing, you personally?
Okay.
This person, what they are doing.
Yeah.
I don't know one politician who have already said to someone, don't take a seed, put in the land,
ground.
in
Yeah.
the ground.
Yeah.
We can eat, but if we are convinced that
The politician is the ones that are supposed to give us food.
you will wait.
I don't
If
think
you think that it is you have to eat kebab before to feel
shawarma.
shawarma, caviar.
Greek yogurt. Yeah.
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 So you will think that, oh, rice. Why should I? I'm poor. That's why I'm eating
Cassava.
cassava. Because I see in the movie that in Europe, in America,
It's not.
in
It's a poor food.
yeah, yeah. You see, so we have to think to us our responsibility first.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but my mother or my father, my late father,
Mhm.
and my family, they didn't educate me to wait to someone
Give you food.
to give him something. If I need something,
You go get it.
I have to go to get it.
Yeah.
Is it easy? No. My father is not alive. But what I receive for him, I can be anywhere. I can just use the education received from my family, from my society, because you know that in Africa, the education is given by society,
The community.
the
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
So why are you expecting that someone who came for 5 years will do something for you? Have you seen in any family in which a child, his parent, when they give him birth to him, they educate him 5 years and they throw him. They go. I will take another one. This is what we're asking to government, to politicians.
But that is not
They are supposed to be in some country 5 years. If you call it a democracy, right?
Yeah.
But look at, I'm not talking about politics or about the democracy, authoritarian regime,
Yeah.
but all different countries which are well situation.
Mhm.
They have one person ruling the country. It is not the case anywhere because there are some places someone is in the power, maybe I wasn't born, the person is still the president.
Uganda. Cameroon.
So it doesn't mean that it is right everywhere.
Yeah.
But the system, we can move someone, but the system is still going. But if someone came and would like to remove everything done by this predecessor and would like to do new things,
That's rubbish.
it doesn't work.
And it's something we've been seeing in Nigeria. Abandoned project. It's not my project. It's the past government. It's the other political party.
Yeah, but so we have to ask to ourselves if democracy is good for us. This kind of democracy,
No, this kind of democracy is not good for us.
because there are different kinds of democracy.
Yeah.
So which kind of democracy is good for us? Because if I didn't vote for you,
Mhm.
and you come in power, I will be the one who is supposed to do everything to prove that you are wrong.
Mhm.
So if you are still in competition, it's still in competition. You are not from my religion. You are not from my region. You are not from my political party.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, What can we do? It doesn't make any sense. Why? Because we are still thinking about we are different. It is the president, it is the minister, it is this person, that person. So he's supposed to do this, he's supposed to do that, he's supposed. But don't forget that this person comes from your environment. So it means that he's like you because you didn't take a white guy, a black guy. Is no. All that difference is a qualification. But if it is a Polish guy who can govern the country, why not taking a Polish? But if I say Polish, it means that it's a qualification, it's a Polish, but it's a person. There are some Lebanese which they're born in Nigeria or in Cote d'Ivoire. So sometimes they are more Ivorian than me. So all this qualification is a body, like I said. If you stop thinking about this person is the politician, this person, but we are a team. When we play football, at the end, we say it is the Nigeria team which win. We didn't ask ourselves, is this person is the child of the president? Is the guy come from the north or the south? Or no. But when they're playing for Nigeria.
Yeah.
So I think that the day that we realize that we are a team, we have to work together, not as a team, not like against each other.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. We will have a lot of solution. But if not, okay, let's go. So instead of be against, I prefer to be for.
Sure.
Just think about think about maybe your village.
Yeah.
If you think that this politician they don't do any good things, be the one who will be different.
Yeah.
Because for them it is good. But you say that it is not good. Me, I say that it is not good. Another side, no, this is good. Because the interest. It is normal. It is a human being behavior. Interest. Is it good or bad? I don't know. But if you was in this environment, why would you like to live this different beautiful car, beautiful girl, beautiful boy, have okay, but we was talking about people are educated don't work. But I think that at this time there is a case we call it Abshine fail, right? But those who was I don't know if but the government, the American government released some fight. But those who did something according to the document, the people were high educated.
The Epstein file. Yeah.
So
I think I'm not there. I'm not on that list. Are you? Did you search for your name?
I didn't search my name because I know that I didn't see anything. So I feel secure. I feel comfortable. So it doesn't mean that it is your competence, but the education.
The type of education.
The type of education that you receive.
Yeah.
If you think, how can someone can realize that you can rape a baby?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So what kind of education we are talking about?
Yeah. Education without morality. Education without ethics. Education without the soul. That's just transfer of basic knowledge.
That's what I called Saguru. He's a Indian guru.
Yeah.
He was saying in one speech, he was saying, have you ever seen a knife jump
and kill somebody? Nah.
No. Why when you see a baby, a child who have a knife in his hand, you run and try to remove? Because you know that this guy
can harm himself.
The problem is not the knife.
Bombs don't bomb. Bombs are bomb. Bombs are used to bomb.
Yeah. But the user don't have don't have this ability, the know-how He doesn't have the know-how how to use this knife.
So yeah, you
But it is the same knife used by the chief in restaurant, by our mother, our father, those who
kitchen.
cook in the kitchen. But the same knife, depend of the user,
Yeah.
it can be something good or bad.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like knowledge.
Sure.
I'm not talking about education, I'm talking about knowledge. So if you are someone who is well educated in terms of teaching, you can create bomb to destroy a country.
Einstein did that. Oppenheimer did that. The Manhattan Project, they gave us the bomb.
But according to I didn't see it in African culture.
Yeah, the white guys that were in South Africa were building, and they gave up their nuclear weapons. They had nuclear weapons.
But in the past, even in Europe, in America, people, when they would like in Roman Empire, when people would like to fight, they find a place and they go to fight. Sometimes. But if we start create new rules,
like the ones the United Nations have given the you know, I don't like talking about United Nations because it's like a dead organization, you know.
I don't know if it's a dead organization or not, but I think that we live in the sometime in the dead world. United Nations.
What is
that organization? It is made by people.
The one in Brussels, close by here to us.
I don't care because all that is in a body.
Yeah, of human beings.
Of human beings
with the kind of education or another kind of education.
So we
with
have
interest.
So we have to think ourselves to go to the foundation. So even if we change United States, United Nations to do another organization, we close. But if
the same way we change OAU, Organization of African Unity,
yes,
and become African Union. And then the moment it became African Union, in my opinion, that was when it just finished everything. Or the way we changed the League of Nations to the United Nations. It's just the name change. Now we brought Germany in, and then we brought America, we brought China, we brought Japan, and everybody.
That's why.
You know, you're a political scholar, but you don't like talking politics. I respect that.
Because I think that international relation is bigger.
Yeah.
And even not, yeah, because if we just would like to analyze a situation with just one lens
and then leave it at that,
is it true? Is it the right way of seeing? That's why I think that we have to try to increase our knowledge.
Yeah.
To take different lens before saying that it is true or it is false. Why I am to say that this person is wrong?
Who are you not to say that? Why can't you say that? If the person is wrong, why can't you say it's wrong?
How can I say that it is wrong?
So it's
the right sentence have to be according to
me.
According to it is
wrong. But if everything is according to, what then becomes right?
Exactly. You are a philosopher. Right? This is the beginning. Yeah, we have to think about it. Because if not, that means everything is fine. Everything is fine. Because if it is not according to, what is the truth? Can you take something and you can apply to all human beings? Can you take something and apply to all the different society?
That's the problem.
This is what we are doing. We try to do according to the conventional teaching, conventional education. We can do one thing and apply to everyone. Okay, let us see if it will work.
It will not work.
But we try to do like this.
It has not worked.
But there's the court will say it is just only foolish people who do the same things and expect different. So
So we've been foolish.
If you still thinking that the politician have to give you food, okay. Wait.
I think it's a very foolish idea to do in the first place. Waiting for the politician to give you food. And I want to go back to, I know you don't like this particular approach. I want to go back a little bit to the philosophies of the past.
Okay.
You know, Hobbes. You guys have done Hobbes in your political theories and all of those type of stuff. All those long talks of man being a brutish animal. I don't think we are brutish, but I think there's an element of truth to that. And the purpose of government is where I'm trying to head to. What is the purpose of government? Is to safeguard the basic necessities of the political village, the political animals. We are political animals, as Aristotle would say, according to Aristotle.
Thank you to say according to.
I want to use your exact stuff.
Yeah.
So if we are political animals,
Mm-hmm.
then there's this guy who would come to tell us about the whole idea of property.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, and I like the idea, that at the creation or at we coming to this world, we had no special people given certain things. And he was critiquing the whole idea of the monarchy or property given to a group of people by way of their birth, like the Queen and the King of England, or whatever that is. And he came to the realization and said that everything in this world was given to us for everybody. But then, with the addition of one's labor to it, it becomes one's own. So you see, he said, you own your body, I own my body. And by virtue of me owning my body and you owning your body, that is the first thing we have.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what then we now have to do is the process of engaging what we have with what has been given to us to form what becomes our own. So he's talking about the idea and the theory of property. How did we come about having property? So this field or the forest, whatever, it belongs to everybody. But everybody cannot have everything. You have to engage in it. So I pick up a fruit. By virtue of me picking up the fruit, in addition to the owning of it generally, it becomes mine. But then it comes to a situation where we invent money and we cannot eat everything and we cannot have everything at every time and we want to save it. And now we want to gather personal property, want to gather so that we don't fight, so that we don't end up in this situation. And then we, in the long run of this long theory, we end up having the Leviathan. The Leviathan born out of, you don't like academic talks, right? I know. So I like it. So it's a supposition born out of the fact that we relinquish certain rights of ours so that those that come up to make the consensus of government should be able to govern the basic necessities that will make for us to go about our business. Remember, the idea is not for the government to do for you what you can do for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is for who to checkmate, like justice, blind mother justice that has now opened the blind veil. Mother justice that was not supposed to see, but now has clear eyes. It even has lens. It has glasses where
Camera.
it needs to see the idea it wants to see, and it needs to see. So before Mother Justice removed the veil, that was the idea of it.
Okay.
That this so-called Leviathan or this so-called society should be governed in certain ways by certain people for certain reasons. But then, if the Leviathan or if these guys fail to do what they're supposed to do, they should be deposed. But with power comes, the Leviathan was given uncontrolled power. The power was not checked by any other person. There's nothing higher than the Leviathan. If it's something higher than the Leviathan, that becomes the new Leviathan.
Yeah.
But as far as the Leviathan is the apex to which you can go about power. It becomes unchecked. So I brought up this theory, I brought up this idea as far as it concerns talks about what government should do. That is as far as I like this idea. The powers of the Leviathan, for me, is better treated by John Rawls, the American anthropologist and philosopher still. And according to him, he brings up the idea of the principle of the invincible veil. the veil of ignorance. That's how he calls it.
Okay.
That means, imagine that before we were born, before we knew our fathers would be rich or our fathers would be poor, our families would be poor, our families would be rich, or before we knew we would come from Nigeria, or come from Cote d'Ivoire, or come from Ghana, or come from Poland, or come from Germany, we were set behind this veil of ignorance to look at things and to look at options and to say, I don't know where I will be born. I don't know the country I will be going to. I don't know if I will be going to Cuba. I don't know if I will be going to the Middle East that will be plunged perpetually with war. I don't know if I will be going to Nigeria where there will be Boko Haram. I don't know if I will be going to the eastern part of Africa swept by ISIS. I don't know if I will be going to Ethiopia where there will be a genocide. Or I will go to Rwanda where there will be a genocide. Or I will go to Poland or Germany or Denmark where there will be concentration camps and all of this type of stuff. So why not we set up basic rules that should govern us regardless of wheresoever we are supposed to go? So why I brought up the second idea, remember the other first theory has already given us the idea of what government should be. This second theory is now giving us the idea of what life should be behind, regardless of wherever we are coming from, which is the dream. It's only a dream. Because John Ross ended the whole theory of justice by saying the fact that it is hard to do up until now, that we don't want to look at life as if we can be born poor or born rich, still shows that we are still greedy nonetheless. So I don't buy to the idea that the government should give me food. I buy to the idea that the government, within its own right, should do what? Should safeguard security and the life and properties of its people, period. What does it mean to safeguard? Bilateral agreements. What are the bilateral agreements? If you want to go make agreement with China, it should be the agreement that will favor your people. That is what safeguarding their life and safeguarding their what? Property. You want to make agreement with Germany, it should safeguard the life and the properties and the well-being of your people. If you want to pick a system of education or a system of justice or a system of what life, it should be the life that will safeguard the life and dignity of your people. So that if you fail to do these basic things and you bring a system of education that is not completely in tandem with the people, then you are what? You are not doing what you're supposed to do. So I am not saying government, come and open university and make sure that you pay our school fees. I am not saying we are living in Germany where tuition is as good as your 2 weeks of working and job. Some universities are that cheap. But I'm not saying government come and be like the Polish government, free education for its people up until PhD level. That is fine. But why the Polish government adopted that particular level, or why the German government adopted that particular level, was because people were no longer going to universities and they could make money without going to universities, but then they still needed formal education one way or the other. What I am saying is, can the government make it possible that the environment is conducive enough so that you know that you need to pick up the seed and put in the ground, and the seed, after 9 months, after 1 year, even if it's the Indian bamboo, after 7 years of constant watering, will sprout. That is the form of education I'm talking about. So that you don't go and kneel down in the church and say, Beniseni Senior, and then you start saying, Briyepunu, Maria, Briyepunu. It's good to say, pray for us. But what are you showing? It's good to say, God bless my intelligence. But you must have been acting on the intelligence. It is good to say, God help me to know in my PhD program. But you must have started a PhD and you must have been studying. You don't say, now I close my Apple computer, I close my book. I say,
What?
God, give me knowledge.
Government
Give me food.
Give me diploma.
And then
Give me job.
they cannot do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
That is my point. I am not saying the government should come and educate you. I am saying the government should make the condition necessary or conducive for you to choose whether you want to be a plumber, because the plumber is as important as the professor and the mechanic. And we are here in this country, we see old people are sweeping the road, young people are sweeping the road. And they are doing all of this stuff because what? They know collectively, like a broom, they cannot be broken. But if you say, oh, the dustbin man's job is too dirty, I'm not going to do it, nobody should do it. Look at where we are sitting, it's very clean. This place where people sit to eat and drink and take coffee is very clean because somebody last night cleaned it.
Yeah.
If you are here till night, I want to believe you must have seen them.
I get used to see them.
You see, at night,
At night they are working.
4 a.m.
Okay, so you see them working. At night they are working.
We think the Westerners are lazy. The typical African back home thinks the Westerners need us to do their work for them. We think that, at least they think back home.
Thank you.
Because I don't think that way. I have friends who are working in a bar. I have friends who are doing delivery. Westerners are doing delivery. The people that are cleaning the road, how many black people have you seen cleaning the road? Have you seen any black person?
Zero.
Almost 0%. I'm not saying, maybe I'm not, I have not seen. I'm not seen in Belgium, I'm not seen in Germany, I'm not seen in France, I'm not seen in Czech, I'm not seen in Poland.
In France, yes. That. But here in Poland,
I don't base in France. If I go to France, it's visit and few days and then I'm back. I'm saying, but in Germany, I can comfortably say I have not seen. In Belgium, I can comfortably say I have not seen. In Poland, I can say these are places where I have lived and these are places where I have done things. And we fail to realize that. You look at the women who stay in buildings that have students, dormitories. They are on constant shift.
Exactly. Yeah.
To make sure that the building is safe. Have you seen the securities in these buildings? They take shit. They don't sleep. They walk around in twos so that if one is feeling sleepy, the other one wakes the other person. Just imagine God give us snow in Nigeria. During winter just finished. Where you see, think about it for the moment that God gave Nigeria snow. Nigeria is currently suffering from heat. If you go to Nigeria now, the place is so hot, but we have not been able to build architectural structures that can absorb.
Exactly.
Our ancestors knew this.
What is it? Exactly. So what
our ancestors knew how to build a house that would take in air from here. And they knew mud to use, they knew the touch to use. You might say, okay, we have gone past the stage of start.
So the new generation is not educated. Because it is educated people who are doing
they are educated in a different way. And not all education are right education, and they're educated in the wrong things. They are copying completely from the West without thinking about.
No, I don't talk about West.
I know. But I am telling you where they are copying this stuff from.
Okay.
They want to get the chair from France. They want to get the bed from Italy. They call it Italian bed, Italian cushion, Italian dining table. But they are not looking that you don't need an Italian chair when you have wood. Look, this is complete steel. Is this not beautiful? It is beautiful. It is gotten from iron. We have iron ores in our countries, but we don't.
But it doesn't not beautiful.
We have to take it from iron.
Yeah.
We have to.
So it is the mindset.
The mindset also.
So if you don't change the mindset first, all this different education, so-called, it is not useful. The baker in Europe is a baker, full stop. The baker bakes bread and gets money from baking bread. Yeah. But the typical Nigerian wants to see baking as a poor man's job. The sweeper of the road. So the problem is not the government. That's what I'm saying. That's why I told you. I'm not a politician. I got the theory of the idea of the Leviathan up until the point where I say dictatorship and without checks and balances, I reject. That's why I went to bring John Rawls' idea of justice. Yeah. The problem is with the politician on the one hand. Another problem is also with the people, which goes back still to the forms of education we have accepted. Why do I always go back to this point? The people have allowed themselves to be wrongly led. Remember, in the case of Hobbes, he says if the Leviathan doesn't safeguard their interests, it should be deposed. There should be a revolution. There should be a revolt of that particular group. But for you to revolt against something, you must know that particular thing done against you is wrong. It's wrong. Which you don't have the education necessary enough to know that particular thing is wrong, so you don't do it. That's why if you don't know that you don't know, you're already doomed. And that is where I came from and said, we are not educated. The politicians are not educated enough to know the problem of the people. And the people themselves
are not even educated enough to know their own problem beyond food.
That's
The
why
problem, the only time they have a problem is when there's no food and there's no women to sleep with, or there's no men to sleep with. When you give them this pleasure, food, drink, water, music, forget about it. Everything can go.
maybe it is a most important thing. Maybe. Yeah.
Just
That's why
maybe.
I say that we have to say according to.
Yeah.
Because if you take your lens, you think that they need more than this one.
Yeah.
So why you would like to give them more
when they need less?
when they need this? Is it less or not? I don't know. I don't know.
But why do you think we think a job as sweeping is a bad job? Or why do you think we think, for instance, a carpenter or a plumber or a farmer that is not putting on tap, that has to put his hands into the ass of an animal or the private organ and get out a calf that go on to milk is a dirty job. Physically, it looks like a dirty job. But imagine, we all eat every day. Day by day in African cities, you see people trooping from places where they should be farming. You see young people leaving the village, wanting to go to town and saying there is money in town. What will you do with money if you don't have food? What will you do with money if you don't have trees to roof your house? Because some persons don't even know that chairs are made from trees. Some people think chairs are made from cloth, like even the cloth, Sika, even the cloth is made from cotton, which needs to be planted. Well, you know what? Sometimes we tell ourselves that the cotton needs to be planted by going to the forest first. That we don't need to even with this form of education, we don't need to study enough to be able to plant it by ourselves.
That's why you say that I don't like academic topic and so on. Because it is not that I don't like. I say it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is theory.
The practicality needs to be blended there.
It is just theory.
But the theory can be practicalized.
But it is the practical way of being theories. But at the end, is it work? Because if you take a child, since is 2 years, 3 years or 4 years, most of the time they are 3 or 4 years, you send them in school.
Yeah.
In which from the morning to the afternoon, they have
This
a paper
only, which I don't like. I don't buy that. That's not the idea. That's not the education I'm ascribing for.
Say from 6 or 5 years old to 20. Generally, the average to get to go to university is 18, right? Most of the time.
In Nigeria is 16.
16. Okay. In Cote d'Ivoire, it is 18. I got my baccalaureate in 18. Yeah.
To go or to become a graduate?
To become a graduate at university, yeah.
To enter, start.
Yeah.
In Nigeria is 16.
16. Okay.
You must have celebrated your 16th birthday to be admitted. You can write the exams before 16.
Okay.
Oh, you are talking about when to graduate and have a bachelor's degree?
Not bachelor.
Oh yeah, the diploma.
The higher school.
Matura.
Okay, they call
in Polish. In
Polish.
Matura, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because we are in college 4 years, high school 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my country, it's 3 years of junior secondary, 3 years of higher secondary. Then you get the certificate to go to the university.
Okay. In us, 4 and 3.
And then that is the age you can become a president. And many of our presidents don't even have that. But then they forge it and then. Yes.
You see? So if since is 4 years,
yeah,
we teach him that life is a book of paper, a sheet of paper.
It's not.
How? And if he go to the farm, oh no, you don't.
For me.
You don't respect the right of children. It is the labor children.
Child labor.
Child labor. Okay.
If
Do
you
you
find
like
yourself in
holidays?
Scotland,
What?
if you find yourself in Scotland, the farms down, the children are in the farms. So if you find yourself in some villages in this country, the people will live in the farms with their children, and everybody is going to farm.
And it is not
Child labor.
a child labor.
They drive tractors.
But in some places, oh no, don't do it. Okay, go to school. Go to school because after I get diploma, you will get a good job in the administration. You'll be hired by a good multinational and so on.
What will you do there? You write papers.
Because it is the only thing that you know. Reading, writing, repeat what your professor taught to you. Because you can't say something different than what your professor said. It will be wrong. Is it life or a part of the life?
But it's not the whole thing. It shouldn't be the whole thing.
But
the art of talking to a girl is not something you learn in class. The art of talking to a boy is not something you learn in class. All right. The art of falling in love is not something you learn in class. Those are things they will not teach you. The art of communicating with people like you now is something you will not learn there.
this one is you learn it by practice.
Yeah.
You learn it in your environment.
By seeing people.
By see people, by talk with people, by education, by your culture. In our culture, we say that if you go in the village, it means that you leave your village, you leave your place to another place. If you see people walking in one leg, do like this, it means adapt.
Mm-hmm.
And African people, most of the time, and even European person in the past, they get used to use some story to teach people, generally children. You can forget anything, but when you like something, even if you are a child, you keep it in mind.
Mm-hmm.
But look at, I think that those who teach children are the best. I think that they are more skillful than university professor.
Those who teach children right? Or you just mean anybody who teach children at all?
I mean in school. Because you are talking about school. So I think the professor at the school, at primary school, or garden, kindergarten, they are the best. I think because you talk to someone who don't understand what you mean. He talk another language, but you try to give him a knowledge. You learn to him how to count. You learn him how to do this, how to do that. It is a masterpiece. How to behave, how to do this, how to do that. It is not written. If you see a Chinese, okay, I'm today, now, it will be so nice because there is AI. So people will ask how to do, and you have the answer and you go, okay.
So we are going to be dumber in this time than in times past even. It's going to be worse. Be a prophet for once.
It will be interesting.
The future will be an interesting
Yes.
time with AI.
Yes.
It's going to be interesting times.
Yes. Why? Because according to some person, those who are a little bit clever will be more clever. Those who are smart will be more smart. Those who don't want to be smart, they will be what they want to be.
Interestingly so.
So everyone will receive what they need. Because AI is just a tool, like a knife.
In the wrong hand, it's you see some write-ups on the internet and they're completely bullshit, but then it was written.
Yes.
It just tell it what to do and then it gives you what you want.
So everyone receive what they need or what they look for. When you use TikTok, Instagram, all these social media, you have the algorithms, right? But according to the thing that you are looking for, they take the difference, the data.
Yeah.
This guy he like beer. This guy he like women. This woman she like wine. She like nature. He like trip. He like this. He like coffee. He like. What you like, we give to you. Yeah. So we will receive what we're looking for.
What are we looking for?
It is a personal, it is a personal choice, a personal, what should I say? Personal need.
What are you looking for?
Me. What I'm looking for. Knowledge.
What type of knowledge?
What?
What type of knowledge?
I don't know. It's a different type of knowledge.
Okay, you're looking for knowledge. That means knowledge is the universal knowledge.
Knowledge. Since my childhood, I received from school, from some place, to learn everything which is outside. But no one teach me how I have to understand myself, to know things about myself. It was just, oh, this is my head, my shoulders, my knees and toes, they all belong to me. You see?
Sika Amian.
But how your heart work?
Yeah.
You say, no, wait. You will go to do medicine.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to do medicine,
Yeah.
you will learn it. And when you have a pain, you are waiting for the doctor.
Hmm.
Doctor, tell me what's happened.
Diagnose me.
Diagnose me.
What food should I eat?
What?
You have your you have your dietitian who tells you
Yes.
in 6 months this is your diet. This is
Yeah.
your food
Take
timetable.
it. Do it.
Eat pap in the morning. Eat
Yeah.
kashamana in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Eat burrito in the evening. And then you get
you
kebab.
follow.
You get kebab at night.
Yeah.
Around 2 a.m. you take tea. You take coffee by 6 o'clock in the morning.
And when you feel so tired, oh, you go to see the professor of gym. Oh, okay, that's
You get a massage.
you have to do a massage. When there is something wrong with your eye,
You go see,
you see-
an optometrician.
yeah. So every person you will go to, but you can't if you can't if you don't know what happened with your own so-called body because you say it is your right. You have the right to do this, to do that. Okay, okay. But if it is your body, if you need liberty, you
Egalite.
égalité.
Let's all be French.
Tu es libre, n'est-ce pas? Tu dois être libre, la liberté. Okay, but are you really free when you depend on all that person? Because if the doctor is not present,
You're gone.
if this person is not present,
You don't know
if the
anything about
farmer
yourself.
is not present, you don't know how, because you have to go to the supermarket to get.
You know, many persons don't even know that we get food from the farm. You know, they think we get it from the shopping stalls.
then-
You know,
yeah,
you want to get tomato, you get it
You
from
go-
and now we now see the ones that go this thing, Spanish pepper, African pepper, pepper from Italy, and then you think it's like that's like the farm. You don't know that it's planted on the ground,
Yeah.
and then it has to grow in 6 months or in 3 months.
Do you know that there are some women that never see the head of chicken?
So they think, how are chicken made? They want the same picture. They don't even, okay, there's all the same picture.
A picture of maybe one time in their life, maybe there was going through a place,
A
and they
village.
see- a village, and they see something.
Because even in town here, I don't think I've seen a chicken in.
Have you?
I've not seen a chicken in this town, but I've seen chicken in the villages when I travel to the village, the countryside. Yeah.
So if you went in the city, so since your childhood, you will think in all your life that chicken is what you see in the supermarket. That's why I say that I'm blessed
So we come from a village.
because at the time that I born, I saw my father, may his soul rest in peace, which came with the chicken,
Live one.
the live one,
We had chicken in the house
and
all the
we
way
kill him
by ourselves,
before cooking.
and then it do. Some persons don't even know how chicken die. They think they just sleep and then they don't wake up, and then
You see, So it is not, unfortunately, it is a lack of knowledge. So there is one knowledge that they don't have. But most of them are professor. Most of them are doctor. Most of them are driver. Most of them are parents. But what will you teach to your children? What kind of education? What you receive, what you have, you will give. So when you grow up with the knowledge that you receive.
Yeah.
Is it good or not? I don't know. That's why I say, according to, it's better to start by according to. But I can make the difference because I see something different.
Mm-hmm.
So I can make comparison. Oh, this one is better than. But if you just have one knowledge, one aspect
Knowledge.
of knowledge, you will think all your life that you are right. I try different things. So I can after say, okay, I think that this one is good for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For another one,
Maybe something else.
maybe something else. For example, me, I'm an early person. 5 a.m., I'm awake. 6, my day always start. I feel sleepy around 9 p.m., 30.
That's like a sin for me. It's like going to bed by 12 o'clock is like a sin. You have to go for confession.
You
That's
see?
for me.
Yeah.
You have to stay awake till around 1, 2. Darina gets to ask me, why do you have to stay awake that long? I'm like, it's a sin.
Because you have to work hard.
You know, what am I doing working hard by that time? Sika, what am I working hard doing at night?
Because I don't know. Because maybe,
I feel maybe 24 hours is too small for me. That's the only reason. I think I need more time to read and to study. Sika, my man.
that's why I invite you to watch some movies, some podcasts, not podcasts, some video of Sadhguru.
I listen to Sadhguru sometimes. I don't like the way he dramatizes his voice, but that's the only problem I have with him.
You read 2 books, 3 books. But if you know everything outside, you don't know everything about yourself,
Yeah,
you are in danger.
sure. How are we going to survive this world?
I think that we have to start learning things about ourselves, knowing ourselves first, before knowing all that different things.
Yeah.
You can say something bad to me, right? But it is not your fault if I feel bad. How I perceive it? Is it a joke? Is it real?
Is it the truth
Is it the truth?
or is just bullshit?
Or is it bullshit? So it is me. It is not you. Oh, discrimination. Oh, really? Okay, nice. I'm laughing. In Aikido mindset, there is no competition. Aikido is maybe the one or the only one martial art in which there's no competition. That's why I like this one. The only martial art that I did is Aikido. Because when I finish read the principle, the philosophy behind, I say, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. You have to compete against yourself. The competition is against you. It is not another person. Because as soon as you will fight the other person,
Yeah.
you will think that you are a strong man, a strong woman. Because you fight someone who is less stronger than you. So you think that
You're
you are
strong.
But guy, you will find someone who is more stronger than you.
Mm-hmm.
At what day we will finish this competition? Because you will still looking for looking. Today you are 10 naira. You think that when you will get 1,000 naira, you will feel happy. But those who don't have something, they think that when they will get it, they will feel happy.
But it's not true. You can get happy, but the chances that you will get happy and end there is not there.
But why you say that it is not true? Because you realize that it is not. But what about them? They will say, oh no, because you have it, that's why you say like this. Let us get it. You will see that we will be happy.
Just like the typical idea of when you talk about abroad and the life you live here, the lack of friends, the lack of community and all that, they tell you it is because you are there that you are saying, let us get the visa and go first. Let's see if we will not like it.
If this is not good, what are you doing?
What are you doing there? You know that there's no money abroad. What are you doing there?
Yeah.
They don't know that there's a team like TRS. They don't know that there's a team like they don't know that there's a team like residence permit, and they don't know that there's a team like the winter, the cold, the lack of friends. All your friends are looking for the same money you're looking for. And the chance that I can find you and sit down with you like this for an hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, it's almost zero.
That's why I like entrepreneurship. This mindset for entrepreneurship. Entrepreneur people are people who are looking for creating a solution, finding a solution, resolve solution. They are not looking for money. They are looking for how can I solve this problem? And money will come after.
Money will come, colleagues. You know the Ugandan finance minister?
You know?
Colleagues, money will come.
You see, so the purpose is to find solution.
The problems are not creating problems.
Not creating problem.
Because sometimes some entrepreneurs think by making money, they create problems and then they create the solutions to those problems.
Yeah, this is some tendency. They're different trend. Different trend.
Like in medicine now. Medicine, okay, let's say the American people. America is the only group of people, I don't want to call them a civilization, the only country I don't understand. That you give your people bad food and you give them bad health. And you take the money and call yourself the most wealthy nation in the world. They have so poor health and they have so many stupid food. And they have so many stupid crops.
Okay, why you call it stupid food?
Because it's not healthy for their people.
Why?
Majority of their food needs supplement. Look at the statistics. You see them obese, they tell you don't do body shaming. When somebody is very fat and they say don't body shame them. It's fine. Don't body shame them if it's natural. What is the problem in saying this person is fat if the person is fat? What is the problem in saying this person is slim if the person is slim? I know cancel culture is everywhere, but medicine is another thing I don't understand. They were supposed to create and provide medications that will cure people's problems.
But it is teacher, it is intellectual, high qualified people who are doing right.
It is the investors who want they want their return on investment.
So finally, what is the most important thing? Education, teaching, graduate, diploma.
It is
or wisdom.
We are in a place that was wrecked by narcissism and a lot of things, and Achilles and Dembele would say we'll talk about brutalism. We are not saying because people are educated they cannot be foolish. Look at the Middle East. That the war happening there is not a war conducted by foolish people. It's a war conducted by people who have calculated. Netanyahu said for 47 years, for more than 4 decades, he has been hoping for this current war to happen. For 4 decades plus. And he's not an uneducated man. He studied in IMT. You should see him when he was a very, very intellectually sound human being.
You see, that's why I say that we can take different cases of things all around the world, in Africa, in all the part of the world.
Yeah.
That's why I say I'm not against something.
You are for the education of the heart.
Education of
the person,
the heart. Going to the foundation, the basic.
Yeah, of things.
We have to give basic.
The food, water, house,
yes,
sex, love.
The
The basic things of life. Yeah.
the basic.
Before we start talking about
Before talking about all the different things, because if we don't, it is like uh, when you would like to look at this building.
yeah,
It is just the visible part, but the foundation.
if it's not well done,
If it is not well done,
there's a problem.
but in the word, I thought you, I told you I'm a citizen of a word. We are still looking. We would like to construct things on sand.
Yeah.
Without any foundation.
Sure.
But it doesn't work. It can't work. Don't do 5 children. Don't do 10 children.
Mm-hmm.
Just have one. No, don't have kid.
Mm-hmm.
No, have kid. No, have 2 women. No. Have 2 men. Have...
2 men, 2 women.
But what's work? It is the only question. If you are free to choose your religion, to believe or not to believe, to go to school or not to go to school, to have children or not, is it good for you? Nice. But don't think that because it is good for you, you have to impose to the other one.
Yeah.
Don't believe that because you are the majority, you have to impose your point of view to everyone.
Yeah.
Foundation.
Yeah.
It is the fundamental things.
Sure.
We can talk about everything, but if something missed, it is like a card and throw up like this. That's why.
At the heart of this, we are
Yeah.
brothers and sisters. At the heart of this, we are human beings.
Yeah.
Before we become Polish and Germans and
Yes.
Jamaicans and Americans,
Yes.
and Indians and
Yeah.
Nigerians and
Exactly.
Ghanaians and
This is what I believe.
Senegalese and French and
Because it is just a creation.
Yep.
We create it.
sure.
That how can I call someone a Ivorian? Because his one is Ivory Coast
Ivorian,
and Cote d'Ivoire.
those are creations that happened not longer than 60 years ago.
Yeah. So what is Ivory Coast?
Who is a Nigerian?
What is Nigeria?
Beyond 1914, when Nigeria was created.
If you say Yoruba
It's longer.
is longer.
But you can also trace it when it was not there.
Exactly.
The Igbo man, you can also trace before the Akan man or the man from Ashanti. You can also trace before that the man
But
from
you go
Dembele.
and they give you these things and you will learn it.
If they give you the chance, you would terminate a lot of things, you know.
No, we had a lot of things.
Mhm.
Because there's something that when I'm talking, people think that, oh, I did science, biology. I said no, because I like it. I can spend maybe 2 hours, 3 hours watching some conference, reading some stuff, because it is my interest. I get pleasure in it. I don't do it because of a mark, but because I would like to learn.
Yeah.
I'm involved.
Sure.
I'm not the one I'm not the guy that you will say to him, do like this, do like that. I don't like it. No.
Sure.
I don't like it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. When people are free to learn, when they're happy to learn, they learn a lot. But if it is for have a good grade, I will just learn for this grade. After this grade it is finished. After 1 year, 2 years, you add to this person, he don't remember anything. Is it the purpose? That's why I say we have to go to the foundation.
Sure.
We do a lot of things artificial just by
Resume, CVs for jobs.
Yeah.
What about that? Have you looked at the CVs? The modern day CVs. They tell you to write it in a certain way. Have you looked at LinkedIn?
I don't, because it is not my it is not what I'm looking for. I didn't submit any CV to someone.
In LinkedIn, there are professors who have not gotten a bachelor's degree. You know what I mean by that is there are people who've claimed to have achieved so much when all they have to their name might just be a bachelor's degree. They put this CV, they tell you they are, let's say they want to say they are good with editing videos, but they take the long academic route of making sentences. When there's all these of you to say, I am a videographer, or I am a Nigerian, they say, I am a global citizen who comes from a region called the African continent,
Yeah.
from the sub-Saharan part of the western part of Africa,
Yeah.
bordering Cameroon, bordering Benin, bordering Benin, bordering Niger, that is called Nigeria. Within that particular sphere of the northern coast, adjacent to the south, is where I'm from.
This is the actual people.
But that is what you find there. So just say,
I don't know because I don't use it. I have one, but I don't use it.
It's a terrible place to be. It's a good place to see experts, but it's also a place to see this artificial living you're talking about.
I prefer to talk to people, real people.
Not Tinder.
It is a fake. It is fake.
It puts up people and you
you
now
are
pick and choose. I don't like this nose. I don't like this one. I don't like this teeth. You've not seen this person.
You don't talk to him.
I am a videographer. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a photographer. I know what we do when we take pictures. There are pictures that we leave the way they are. There are pictures that need editing. And the two are not the same. Even the picture taken without anything is still not the person.
It is just an instant.
And that is lost. And it's lost forever. After that, the person can go on to become sick, go to the toilet, go to the restroom, and do everything that is not that picture. That is why I tell people.
But you base your
everything
on
that picture.
On that. That's why
you don't know what is under this hat. But when you see it, you're like, this guy is an artist. He looks nice. He's a writer.
I
like it. But you don't know the pattern of the hair. You don't know the shape. You don't know how long my hair is. You don't know how short my hair. You don't know if it's dark or white or green or cream. But I like this shape.
That's why I said that we live in one part of the world, or it is a dying world. So you don't have to blame this organization, this government, this politician, this activist, this, because if we don't go to the foundation, all the different things are bullshit.
Do you think we are inherently good or bad? Humans. With all you've known in these years of your life, from your own personal life to the other people's life, do you think we are, maybe let me remove the word inherently good, do you think we are good or bad? Or you think we are both? Or you think we're a mix? Or you think we don't know? Or you think situation preempt and prompt who a thief becomes? Let's say someone, in the Proverbs, it says, Lord, two things or three things I ask for you. Two things I ask for you. That I may not have too much and say, who is God? And I profane your name. Or that I may not have too little, that I steal and get caught and shame you. Do you think that, because that particular prayer now is born out of situation? If you have too much, you now say, who is God? That's if you're a religious person. And if you have too little, you now steal and profane God's name, and you downplay yourself. Or I think there's a third part. There's three things I asked. The third one he asked is that middle ground be kept in such a way whereby you can have enough and be grateful. Who are we? Are we good people? Are we bad people? Or we are potentially good people that if we're not given the right opportunities, we can become bad? Or we are bad people that can become good? Or we are people who can become good or bad?
I think that we are not the one, the first, the second, and the third that you mentioned.
Okay.
I'm just saying that we are people that can do good or bad.
Or nothing. Can we do nothing? You think so? Can we just stay and maybe sleep in our room? And for the rest of we have to eat, we have to eat, right? We have to call an Uber to bring food for us.
But in Japan, there are some person like this.
The monks?
Not the monks. We call it in Japanese. I forgot this name in Japanese, but it is generally speaking. These people who decide to do anything,
Mm-hmm.
they just stay in the bed, in the bedroom
Mm-hmm.
for a long time. Yeah, just
So we are not inherently good people. We're not inherently bad people. We are people who, by situation and by circumstances, can go left or right.
yeah. We make choice. Is it good or bad? It depends of what people think.
Or what the society at that particular point
Exactly.
in time hold to
Think
be
that
good.
it is good or bad.
Because also, I think there's this temptation to judge people off the backdrop of your own reality.
Exactly.
In situation, for instance, Sudan or Senegal would typically go down the rabbit hole of talking about LGBTQ. And the argument might be it is not an African thing, which I think is not true. If you say it's not an African thing, then you are limiting the Africa's biology to a certain thing you think it's not. The fact that you've not heard it doesn't mean it's not there. The fact that you've not seen it doesn't mean it's not there. And to say it's not
Or the fact that you know, but
You
you refuse to accept that it is.
because I think that is where we are at the moment. We know and we don't want to accept.
Is
that
it something new?
It's not something new.
Because I think that in the Bible, it is in the Old Testament.
It's already written.
Written.
If that was written so many years even before Jesus came,
Yeah.
before the so-called religion came to our part of the world, that means you want to tell me since 10,000 years ago that we don't have anything like this? Because this is the same group of people in terms of civilization where you find things like sex toys have been around before Jesus came.
Yeah.
From wooden form, from different shape. Condoms have been in existence. If cesarean section has been
But
there.
that's why I say that it is good to have knowledge, basic knowledge. If I realize that the lot of things that I learned
Yeah.
was outside school.
Yeah. School can teach you only so little.
Because if it's going for school just for have this knowledge,
Yeah.
we can take the book and read it. It doesn't make any sense to go to spend how many hours
with the teacher.
Yeah. But human beings need social interaction.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have to confuse
The two.
the two. There are some who get some master, and there was the disciple.
Mm-hmm.
All the different painters,
Yeah.
all the different sculptors
Yeah.
that we saw. We are talking about. Oh, this guy was a higher. Okay, but he learned from his childhood from
Some other thing.
someone.
Yeah.
But this kind of teaching, education,
Yeah.
we lost it. We think that you can take 20, 30 person with different way of learning and put them
Yeah.
together and teach something and ask them to have the same result. For those who they need 3 hours to understand, you say, oh, they are too lazy.
They are too dull. And you put them in age brackets that are not the same. So someone who was born in January is not the same age with someone who is born in December, even if it's the same year. Their strength of understanding on a natural basis, let's say they don't have any added intellectual advantage by DNA or anything. The person born in January would ordinarily outsmart the person born in December because the person has lived longer, has stronger stuff. Even in sports, the older person would outperform the younger person in a sport that they are given to play the same.
That's why in the video, one guy will say, as long as we ask, we fish, climb the tree.
There's a
And
problem there already.
he will think that
It's useless.
is useless because he can't climb.
It shouldn't be it shouldn't be on the tree. It should be in the water.
But we ask in education, in this kind of education, this kind of teaching,
Yeah.
the conventional one. Okay, I prefer to say the conventional education.
Yeah.
We
That they all
decide
be the same.
that bring them together.
Let them be united.
Yeah.
Rather than to be united in their diversity.
Oh, maybe you are interested in drawing. Okay,
Draw.
draw.
But no, you have to be a doctor.
No, drawing is just one part. You have to be like what is the name of this person that they say that
Picasso.
not Picasso, Pythagore.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You have to be like Pythagore. You have to be like this. You have to be like. You know what? I just learned that things when I was in the law faculty in second year or first year. That one of my professor of history of law that taught us that. Oh, but do you know that Pythagore was in one part of Africa for learning? Oh my God,
How possible? How
how
can
possible?
in
I
Africa?
did it. I never
No, he wasn't.
listened.
He was in Harvard. No, he was in Cambridge. No, not Africa. How can he be
But
in Africa?
since college, they teach us that
Never
it
told
is
you
the
guys.
theory of
Pythagore. And you guys never knew where he was from, or where he studied, or where he was schooling.
But they didn't teach you this. You have, and you think that also Christopher Columbus discovered America in.
He never entered America. That's another crazy part.
I don't know.
Look, he was going to India. Ended up in the wrong. He took the wrong road, thinking he's going to get to America from the wrong road. Never got to India. Ended up in a different location, and called it the West of Indies, the West of India.
Where do you learn it? Where do you learn it? You see, that's why I'm talking about
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah.
How can you have a limited knowledge
Mhm.
and you suppose that you are clever than every person?
He wants to go to India from the wrong route.
Because we in the conventional education, whatever this education, it can be from the west, from the east, from the south, from the I don't care. I don't have a specific, but according to what you learn,
Mhm.
you think that what you receive from your professor, from your master, from your parent, from your society is the only good thing, the right thing. So you don't care about what people do. This is the problem of human beings. We think that we are too clever. We think that Africa is in French we say the berceau de l'humanité.
I don't like those
Okay?
stuff.
We think that, okay, this particular person create this thing. We think that we think. Okay, but at the end of the day, what? What? Can you create something? No. Because we say that creation is to bring
Into
in
being.
existence,
Yeah, something that was not.
yes. We make invention. You take something, you mix, you add something. Oh, it is new.
That's not creation. It's invention and
It's
discovery.
invention, discovery. You discover something, but for you it is a discovery. But
Something that might have been there in the past.
in the past, or
No.
maybe
No.
not in the past, but now, but in different location. The same idea that you got, someone in a different place got the same idea.
Just like the Big Bang Theory between Lemaitre and the competitor, they published the materials at almost the same time.
And when you discover a whole book, you realize that, oh, but this one, is it plagiarism? Because it just changed some name.
Plagiarism. Okay.
But unfortunately, there is a lot of things that we don't have the answer. And we won't have this answer. Why? Because this book are located in some places.
Yeah,
Nobody have access,
sure.
or it have been destroyed.
Destroyed. So that knowledge is gone.
No, this particular knowledge is gone, but the knowledge is still in the environment.
But we
still in
cannot
the
have it as it has been preserved, or it as it was discovered. Kept somewhere in a
but
particular.
in our DNA,
It's there.
it's there.
But we might never stumble upon them ever again. Or we might be chance, the opportunity to find them one way or the other in the future.
But the thing is, the most important, know yourself
Man, know
Learn.
thyself.
first.
Yeah.
After that, you will go to
And conquer the world.
conquer the world, conquer yourself, because your body is an attire.
Word.
Can you realize that you are your body is a community
Of different parts.
of different parts,
The hand, the finger, the blood, the ligaments, the bones, the eyes.
and all that different big thing height
They
is
want different
composed
things.
is composed by different things. But wow, you would like to go to the moon, okay, but you want it inside. You are looking for God, but inside God is also inside. For those who are Christian, Catholic, for example, we say that you are created at the same picture like God. So it means that you are also God. You are creator. But we are looking for something outside, outside, outside. We think that we miss a lot of things. We need a lot of things. Yeah, sure. Because we think. So it is. If I think that I can stay alone, I can stay alone and don't feel alone, it's different. To be alone and feel alone is a different thing.
Yeah,
I can be with you and feel alone.
sure. You can be having sex and you'll be the most loneliest person in the world. Even with the woman in front of you or the man in front of you.
You can be here and travel. So it is not that when we will because if you take your problem to go to Spain, you take your problem from Poland to Spain,
Or from Germany to
and you take
Belgium.
your same problem to Nigeria. You take your problem from Nigeria to go to Cote d'Ivoire. Or maybe when you will be drunk.
Nah, drinking is
After you will realize, you will come to the reality. Yeah.
yeah, it's important the conversations we've had so far. I really, really appreciate.
It's my pleasure.
It was impromptu, right? It wasn't planned, and nonetheless, it's a very, very important thing that we think about and we look at the ways in which our lives ought to turn and the ways in which our lives ought to go and how our situations ought to be and how we are supposed to move and how we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to grow. And it's uh it's a strange thing nonetheless that we think we know so much when we know so little of even our own selves. And what I'm taking away from this conversation is still the standpoint of the fact that you think you have money to get a doctor, to get a nurse, to get a lawyer, to get a barrister, to get a surgeon, to get everything you think you want to get. But if they're not there, who are you? Who are you when nobody needs you? Who are you when nobody's watching? Who are you when you're not performing one of your human artificial functions?
Exactly.
You know, when you ask people this from this part of the world, what do you do? They tell you they're a doctor, but when you ask a Frenchman, what do you do? He tells you the things he does, things he goes about doing, not his career. He doesn't tell you, oh, I'm an artist, I'm a barrister. No, he tells you who he is. I am so, 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 and so, and so, and so, and so. Je m'appelle Mateusz, this one, that tells you this one. Don't let that community tells you where he lives and stuff like that. J'habite and stuff.
Mieszkamy w Warszawie.
Tak. Tells you all of those stuff. Not, I am a doctor, I treat people. Those are like your function. So I'm very, very grateful.
The pleasure is mine, and we can talk. Action is the best thing
Yeah.
because all that different things is fury. That's why I prefer to make action. Why entrepreneurship? Why make some business? Why do something? If I think that something is not correct, it's not like what I think that it have to be. Okay, I will try to do like I think that it is. And sometimes I realize that oh, it is in the mind, it is easy. It is easy to say, easy to do. But in practice, oh, it is another thing. You will realize because there is difference. I quote Sabru, difference between knowing and realize.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to drive. You can take a book.
And read.
I like. The
You
book.
like book a lot.
I
You
like.
book
I
a lot.
like book. You read. What? This is how to drive.
Yep.
You know, but doesn't mean you can take a car and start driving.
No.
Okay. But there are some person that never be in the school driving.
Yeah.
They have been in the car, and someone show them.
And then that's all they needed to do.
So what is important? Is it practice or theory?
Both. They complement each other, like a man and a woman.
So as long as we will still think that
One is better than the other.
one is better than the other, okay,
Fine and good.
fine and good. So it is nice to talk about what is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but I invite you to also in some of your podcasts, in some of your just focus on what is good in Nigeria. Just take maybe Aliko Dangote. Maybe there's some person who doesn't they don't know that it exists.
Yeah.
And maybe talk about
I'll write to him.
you don't have to write. Have you write to most that we say that they did bad things? How? Yeah, this is what we call in
Selective. Yeah.
this is what we call in law. They call it paralysis de form. The person who can fire you
Can employ you.
and the person who employ you.
Yeah.
So if you didn't write to those who you say that
They are
they
doing
do
bad things.
bad things, why you would like to write to those who do good things?
Will the bad person come and tell us why he did bad things? Okay, I will write to the bad guys also.
I invite you to go to work with them and try to implement. Okay, you are doing like this, but I hear that some say that it is not good. Please give me one village or one part of the village and all that different theory according to Marx, according to Hegel, according to this, according to that. Try to take all your different knowledge because talking to you, I know that you are a smart guy. Try to take all that different knowledge and try now to act, to test. Because we have plane, we have car. After how many crash? On the paper, all the different calculus was nice. But the tests, after the test, they make the stamp. Okay, now we can sell it. After one crash accident, they make some investigation to ask to look for what was the mistake. And on the next version, they improve. Look at the car that we have now. It's different than the car got. So it is a perpetual advancement in research and so on. So take it and if you find some person you think that they do good things,
Yeah.
and together just do something. Maybe it will be something where we inspire someone in the part of the world and he will try to do the same thing like you don't know. But if you would like just to see the bad version, who will be the person who will look for the why, the good version? It is too easy to look to see on the internet, oh, today Iran, today is United States, today in that part, this is what happened. But okay, there's a lot of person who are doing like this. I don't want to be a person to do also like this because there's a lot. But the other side of those who would like to show action, good things, this part, a few people, they don't have money to do it. They don't have people to like. It is not a problem. This is my invitation.
I really appreciate it. Like I said, I will look into it. I'll see how it goes, and yeah, it's a good approach to go forward and backwards, and it's a nice one. I really appreciate it. Thank you for granting me the chance to talk to you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you
Anytime,
to you.
anytime. Talking to you, the legal luminary,
Oh,
the man with the international tools to bring about international relations to the cream and the apex of its function. This is my time here, and by the time you'll be watching this, I will not be here. I am Biringkpa bin Nemeka, and I've been talking to.
Sika Amian.
Thank you.
Merci. Merci. Like we say in my mother tongue.
Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Merci. Yeah.